Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is having a great day. If not a great day, at least a good day. Happy Tuesday and happy November 1st. It is a brand new month. I cannot believe it is already November. 10 months have passed. It went by so quickly. And it's November, so of course it's freezing here today. We had our first little snowfall in western Pennsylvania. Nothing really stuck on the ground, but at one point this morning, when I looked out the window downstairs, it looked like a snow globe. And I was kind of excited, but kind of not. So there we go. Last night was Halloween, so I did not watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City last night, but I did watch it today. I made my copious notes and I am going to be breaking it down. So join me as I recap and rant about last night's Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And there is going to be quite a bit of ranting. Okay, first up was Whitney and Justin at home. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you, I don't feel like I am the only one who thinks this, but I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like this. I'm not saying that their problems that they're having in their marriage are not real. I feel like it's kind of forced though, maybe for like a storyline. That's all I'm saying. But before they talked about their relationship, Whitney had stated that she called Mary and she's going to meet Mary for lunch. And I'm with Justin. Why? Because I was like, why? He was like, what? Why? She said that Mary has been coming up a lot in her therapy and her meditation. She never got to clear the air with Mary. So they're going to meet. They show Mary on the phone with her, and Mary's like, I don't know if I'm going to make it, or something like that. We'll see if I can make it. Something like that. And then as far as the relationship issues with Justin, here's the thing. I don't understand why he's gone back to work. Okay. Why does he have to leave his wedding ring in the drawer every day? I don't know. That to me seems shady. I know I said before you don't always have to wear your ring, but I almost feel like it's like a concerted effort to not wear it. But why? That doesn't make any sense. And then there's also talk that I guess Justin is going to be going out of town for work for like a conference, but it's the same day that his daughter's birthday is going to be taking place. And see, now I'm thinking, and he's like, well, I can't miss it because it's the launch of this new company. I don't know. If I was him, I would be like, but it's my daughter's birthday. But I get it. I mean, you have to make your money. She was kind of, see what I mean? This is kind of like a forced thing. Like it's not really anything big, but they kind of made it into a big thing. So she says, well, I can move it to the weekend before, but then I'm going to have two things planned the same day. Can you help me? He was like, yeah, I can pitch in where I can. And which I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. And then she was like, and therapy, or did you schedule therapy? He's like, no, I'm going to do it right now. Doesn't seem to me like he's that big into the therapy. I mean, I could be wrong. Once again, this whole thing with Whitney and Justin, they could have left it out and I would be perfectly fine with it. I kind of feel like their issues are forced a little bit, maybe just for a storyline for her. That's what I'm saying. I could be wrong. That's what I think. Next up was Heather and Monica. They met up. They did snowmobiling, and then they talked afterwards. And this was right on the heels of, this was the day after Angie's Greek Easter brunch. So Heather had reached out to her because she kind of felt for Monica after this fight with her mom, just because Heather had said that she has some issues with her mother as well. She had said that growing up, her mom was very hands-on as a mother, was very loving, and she was a great homemaker, and she is the woman who helped her become a good mom. But then once Heather had divorced her husband, there was kind of like a falling out, like the family didn't know how to deal with it. Because I guess that maybe that doesn't happen that often in the Mormon religion. So Heather said she could understand, she could kind of sympathize where Monica was coming from. Monica then talked about her issues with her mom, and she had said that, first of all, Monica was abandoned by her father at 4 years old. And then she had said that her mom, when Monica was 12, her mom had taken her to Pennsylvania to live with a family. Now this was not like a family she didn't know. This was friends, this family who were friends. I guess from what I understand, they lived maybe in the same building as Monica and her mom whenever they lived in Arizona, I thought I had heard. And then this family moved to Pennsylvania. Well, Monica's mom dropped her off because, as Monica said, my mom wanted to chase her dreams in New York City. So she dropped me off. And this felt like this was an abandonment to her. Just because she did know the family, but she was just abandoned by her father 8 years before, and now her mom's just dropping her off and leaving. I can completely understand where that would feel like an abandonment. And then on a side note, her mother, Linda, had come out in social media talking about how everything that Monica said to Heather was a lie, and then went on to tell the story, and how she told the story was exactly what Monica had said. What her mother had focused on was the fact that Monica's saying she's acting like she didn't know them, like she didn't love them. She loved them. And she had said that she went to New York City for her job and went there and tried to find like inexpensive places to live in New York, where? In New York City? Where? You can't find it. It's impossible. And so everything Monica was saying, Monica was like, she dropped me off with a family in Pennsylvania. And then her mom came out and was like, that's not right. Here's what happened. And it was the exact same thing that Monica said. My question, why exactly did you have to go to New York? What is in New York that you were chasing your dream? Were you an actress or what? There were no jobs in Pennsylvania. I live in Pennsweenia. You can find a job. And that right there, that abandonment, that's what triggered Monica in last week's episode, because she felt like abandoned by her mom again, and she was triggered. Next up was Lisa, Jack, and John. So John was talking about Lisa's husband was talking about his mission trip. And we find out that if John would not have gone on a mission trip, then he probably would not have met Lisa. He met Lisa through Lisa's sister. So if it were not for the mission, then Lisa and Jack would not have gotten together. Lisa's talking about planning like a big party, like a big mission reveal party. Jack does not want it. Jack is just like, I just don't want that. Which leads Lisa to say that Jack has no value for anything that I say or how I feel. My opinion, it didn't come off that way. I think Jack is a teenager, and that's how teenagers act. I don't think it had anything to do with that. I mean, I think he loves his mother. You could tell at the end when he hugs both of them. I just think that he's just completely different from his mom. He doesn't want anything really super big and over the top. And I think he was just being a teenager. John says to his son that he's very proud of him, but if you're there and you feel like you want to come home, you can certainly come home, which I guess is not something that happens all the time in the Mormon religion, because he said that there were some of his friends that if they didn't do a mission trip, then they would be out of the family, like, period. So he's saying if you go there and you don't want to stay there, you can certainly come home. Great. That is very understanding and is very supportive of him. But then, honestly, like in Lisa's, I don't know if it's unintentional delusional or just, I don't know. In her delusion, she then starts off this story about how when I was in college, I walked into my room one day and my roommate had my clothes on. And I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, I want to feel what it's like to be you. And they were playing the Goofy music where it's like, what? And she said that this is just to say that, hey, you're going to meet some people who you might not get along with or might be characters. And just to say that if you want to come home, you can, which she could have just very well said that. Like, I feel like Lisa's unintentional delusions are kind of what endears her to a lot of people sometimes. Because later on, she makes a comment about Colombia, Bogota, that I was like, I don't know if you should have said that. Next was Monica, Heather, Whitney, and Meredith. They go cross-country skiing. And listen, Whitney was like, I was born and raised in Utah. I do all kinds of skiing. And I thought that we would be doing some other kind of skiing. I mean, cross-country skiing, that's what old people do. Fast forward to everybody else being able to do it and Whitney falling. So, sock it, Whitney. They get up to wherever they want to be, and they sit down and have a little nosh, and they talk. Monica brings up the fact that because her mom was angry with her, she actually took her car back. So the car, Monica pays for it, but it was bought by using her mother's credit, and it is in her mother's name. So her mom had said, listen, you have, I think it was 48 hours or something like that. If you don't give me the car, then I'm calling the cops and I'm reporting it stolen. Nice, real nice. So Monica had to rent a car because she didn't have a car to do her business or to take her children to and from school, do anything. So nice, very nice, Linda. Whitney had said that she's going to be having a party for her daughter. She wants Meredith to come, but Angie and her family are going to be there. Whitney says that she's uncomfortable that Meredith had said that she'll ruin Angie's life. Meredith had said, I didn't say anything of the such, and that she didn't say she would. She didn't say she will. She said she knows rumors and she could, but she never said that she will. And Whitney had then said, well, you've done the same thing with Jen and Mary and Lisa. Now you're doing with Angie. As a friend, I'm just saying that this is a pattern of something that you do. Meredith then says, well, as a friend, I can't believe that you drove right past me as I was sitting on the side of the road after my near-death crash. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not that big a fan of Whitney. However, Whitney is correct whenever she says that Meredith will throw something out there that you can't really you can't really come back at her. You know what I mean? Like, it's something, number one, you can't verify, and number two, how is somebody going to then get at her about the rumors whenever you say something like, I was in a near-death accident, I could have died, you know? And also Whitney, listen, Whitney did reach out afterwards. She did drive past. But how would she know that that was Meredith, like Meredith's vehicle? On the other side, I mean, if she's driving past somebody and somebody's like on the side of the road stuck, I mean, you could just, as a good Samaritan, stop and be like, are you okay? Do you need me to call somebody? I mean, I can see both sides, but I do have to agree with her on, you know, she just puts stuff out there so that people don't come at her. I agree with that. Next was Angie and her dad. Her dad came over. They did some cooking. I thought it was so sweet to see her and the bond with her father and them cooking. She had said that her mom died so young that she really didn't have anything from that relationship that she could learn from and take into her own marriage. Her dad did give her some advice. Her dad said that she has to be stern with Sean. Whitney and Mary. Oh, the dinner was awkward. So awkward. Mary from the get-go seemed not happy at all to be there whatsoever. This was the shortest dinner in franchise history. Whitney starts off by saying, we missed you at the Greek Easter. And Mary was like, I didn't. Okay, so like she didn't miss being there. Okay, kind of figured. The waitress comes out and promptly spills some food on Mary, at which point Mary was like, why didn't she spill it on Whitney? Listen, that's karma for you being such an asshole to the people in the service industry. And listen, I'm gonna keep the exact same energy for any housewife that does that, because listen, when Mary Crosby treats people in the service industry terrible, it is disgusting. When Lisa Barlow does it and she gets banned from the tanning salon because she was such an asshole to that poor woman in the tanning salon, that's disgusting too. I'm gonna keep the same energy. Disgusting on both of their accounts. So Mary gets right to it. Mary was like, let's shoot your shot. Tell me what you got. Whitney says, I got caught up in talking about you. I apologize. I am sorry. And then Whitney says, do you have anything that you want to own up to? She's like, what are you talking about? And then they go to flashbacks of Whitney reading some text that Mary had said to her about possibly you look old and I don't look as old as you, and I don't need Botox, or I don't need facelifts or whatever. So Whitney was taking kind of accountability, but Mary really wasn't. But then Mary brings up about how Whitney called her and her husband predators. She said off camera, she said, you can't say things about people that aren't true without someone backhanding you. And that might be me. I might backhand you. Mary also told her to grow up, little girl, and wake up, bobblehead. Now, I'm going to tell you, and at that point, Mary was like, I'm leaving. Can I get this food wrapped up? I'm leaving. I don't know who paid for the food, but she took the food and she had left. And after she left, Whitney was like, I don't know what I was thinking. What was I thinking? I don't know. What were you thinking? I mean, you had to have thought that you were wasting your time. Seriously, you were not going to she didn't want to talk to you at all. Why? Why would you waste your time? But for real though, if somebody threw that word at me that I was a P, no. I would not want to talk to them. I wouldn't want to accept their apology. That is that's very defaming. That's a terrible thing to be called. I mean, come on. I can see where Mary's coming from, but I don't know. Okay, now Lisa with the mission reveal party. She said that it's a big thing in Utah, like just like gender reveal parties. I don't know. If anybody knows if it is or isn't, let me know, because I don't know that it looked like a party so much as just everybody gathered around and he read where they're going. But she was like, I'm not a control freak. I just have to have things the way I like them, which means that you're a control freak. And then she compared it to like when she wants her G-Wagon, and the seat's in the right color and she wants it on time at a specific time and day, and she gets it. I don't know. Comparing the mission trip to your G-Wagon? Ooh. Someone's out of touch. So they find out where he's going to, and he's going to be assigned to Colombia, Bogota. And then Lisa says he'll probably be held up at Pow Pow Pow. I don't want to say it, but he'll be held up at Pow Pow Pow, because she said my friend's son went there and he was held up weekly. You just gave money to them and they were like, okay, we'll put the Pow 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 away. Really? I mean, I don't know. I didn't like that. I mean, I didn't like that. She was like, and after saying all of that, she was like, but overall, it's thrilling. I was just expecting Europe. See, I feel like Jack is doing it for the reason of spreading the religion, but I feel like she's not. Like, no. She would expect him just to go to like Club Med or something. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. And the last scene was with Monica and her mom. Now, okay. Back whenever Monica was talking to the ladies and she had likened her mom to Ted Bundy, not for killing, but because of the fact that she's very charming and she can win people over. Now, I'm going to tell you, last week when at the party, I felt very bad for her mother. I mean, I would never talk to my mother like that. However, in this week's episode, we got to see her mother. And I guarantee you, my mother would never have done those things that Monica's mother did. Not at all. So Monica and her mom, they meet up for lunch. Her mom from Jump Street shows up trying to play like a victim. Like she's crying and the tears and everything. Monica isn't having any of it. And then her mom says, I was just watching this movie and there was this mother and this daughter and they didn't talk, and then the mother died. I don't want us to be like that. I don't want us to be like that. So then throughout the course of it, she yells at her. She calls her a mother effer. That's the mother talking to Monica. She was all over the place during this lunch. So Monica had said, I don't like how you were apologizing for me to strangers. And her mom had said that she was trying to do the same thing that Monica said she tried to do for Angie in Palm Springs. And that was, she was saying that Angie was acting crazy and she just tried to calm her down. Okay, so Monica was also saying that last week she was triggered. She was triggered because she kept thinking about how her mom had treated her in the past, and it was kind of, she was reliving her abandonment. Like I said, her mom is all over the place. She went from crying, then yelling, then going through her purse asking if Monica has aspirin, and then right after that being like real nice and like saying, aren't we going to enjoy some of this beautiful dessert? It was guacamole. So the question was, I think it was her mom that said, where did this start? Where did all of this start? Because she's like, Monica's talking about the trauma. Just where did this start? Monica was like, it started in my childhood from the abandonment. And Linda got all pissy, and she says, well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about it again then. Let's talk. Once again to the aspirin. And the mom kept saying that you weren't abandoned. You just were not abandoned. But she has to understand that, like, for a 12-year-old whose father left when she was 4, and then your mother just drops you off with people and goes. That to a child is being abandoned. Her mom says that she doesn't have any trauma. But she does, obviously, and the mother obviously has never gotten help. And what the deal was is that Monica's mother never wanted a daughter, and her mother her father had abandoned her. So she just took what she knew from her past and just applied it to Monica. So it's like a line of resentment. Now listen, there was also, Monica had said that one time her mother had put her in a trunk so that she could make out with her boyfriend. Put her in a trunk. So her mom was like, it was only one time. But listen, it's not the fact, she said, I just wanted to kiss a boy. Can I kiss a boy? Yeah, you can. But Monica was like, it's the situation that you put me in. She didn't care. It's just that she was in a trunk. And then her mom said that I don't give an F. Her mother put her in a trunk so she could kiss a man. And she doesn't care. This is why I'm going to say I am not upset for Monica talking to her mother like she did the week before. Because her mother obviously doesn't give a shit about her. Does not. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. And I can understand with the Bundy reference. Because last week, her mom is turning on the charm and everything. And everybody's like, I feel so bad for her. Listen, look at this. You put your child in the trunk of a car to kiss a man, and you don't see anything wrong with it. And you don't care that you did it. Nope. And then after all of that, after she screams at her, then she's just like, she's screaming and she's mad, and then she's all mad and like, I'm hungry. What's this? Oh, no. Okay, that's it. We're going to wind this down before this goes into an hour of me just screaming about her mother. Okay, so in the comments, let me know what you thought about all of this. With that being said, if nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world. Please take care of one another and always be aware of your surroundings and please stay safe. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow when we recap and rant about Beverly Hills. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.